So this is the big cooler. This stuff here is going to the CVPH hospital tomorrow. We have CSA and then an on-farm CSA. This cooler moves around like, what did Mark Kimball say in Small Farm Rising? Like, or no, David Brenner said it in Small Farm Rising, the evanescent circle or something. And you come here and tomorrow morning, this cooler is going to be completely different. But this facility is just like an insulated box for like almost a year. And we could not afford those. I went back and forth. It took me, with the cooling guys, a couple of weeks to really dial this in. That 90 degrees was something, but like, if this cooler can't run at 37, 38, the guy's here. I paid way too much money. We made the step, blah, blah, blah. I'm fucking cold right now. I don't know about you guys. Let's do Q&A out there. If you want to hang out here, awesome. Grab a couple. I don't reckon that we have some other financial things that we need to deal with here at Fledging Crow. I'm finding that because we use the crow's nest as sort of an intermediary, like those carrots in there, they were only in the crow's nest for about an hour today. Then they got moved to the appropriate storage. This cooler will have all of our root crop storage. So that'll be 37, 38. I think we're gonna be out of space personally. Yeah. I think we built a cooler that's too small. So I think that I don't want to build a bigger cooler. Yeah. I think I want to farm less vegetables. So if we can make this work for a couple years and get out of some debt, I would like you, next time you come to the farm in a couple years or whatever, I don't want to build another facility.
Yeah.
It's amazing how things have changed. Those two buildings weren't here last
Yeah,
time.
so the building that Chico's talking about is, feel free on your own time after tour or whatever, go down, check out the shop. That is really a heartbeat of the farm here. My business partner, Lucas, spends a ton of time down there. There's too many moving parts and cogs and all that stuff to not have a mechanic. He loves to wrench. He's really good at it, and he keeps the farm moving. If something breaks, he's on it. And I will say, a farm this size is pretty important to have someone of that nature. That's never been my interest. I've got more of a green thumb. I'd rather play with plants than do oil changes and weld, but we've all got our specialty. And a farm this size definitely takes multiple different personality types. You got a guy right there that's very organized. He can work on his own. He can make good decisions. He's good with mathematics. You got the other bozos in the back spraying bids in their socks and listening to rock and roll because they just think it's great to work on an organic farm. You know, you got the other guy that's only here because there's good-looking girls here. You got the girl that's here because there's good-looking guys here. You got the 55-year-old Jamaican that doesn't know what else to do with herself and is the hardest worker because she's a 55-year-old Jamaican woman. Got all types of personality types here. And that's what makes a farm work, I think, you know. All of our farms are different. I do wish I had more time to spend on other people's farms. I think I could save several $100,000s of dollars by going to some of these field days. I would probably do the last 10 years a little differently, but it is what it is. I hope we're in business to do another field day 10 years down the road.
You pick a thing or two that you would have done differently over the last decade?
Yeah, I would have gone and, you know, I don't want to keep using Mike Davis as an example, but Mike knows a lot about farming. I grew up in the suburbs playing lacrosse and mowing lawns. First generational farmer. Although I found out that my great-grandfather from Sicily was a vegetable farmer in Naples, New York. I learned that like 2 years ago. Anyways, I would have spent more time with farms like this, or a farm that I thought I might want. I needed to learn a lot more about the production, a lot more about the mechanics. The single reason why I started Fledging Crow is because you guys know Black River Produce from over in Vermont? Well, they stopped distributing in the Adirondacks, specifically Lake Placid. And I was milking cows while I was in college for a farmer down here, Sam Hendren, small dairy herd. He made artisanal cheese. And I was kind of growing a garden there, and I was like selling some food, and I was like, man, there's a lot of restaurants in Lake Placid. So people ripping through there with Beamers and Hummers, and it's a lot of money. And then one of my friends that owns the Green Goddess Natural Food Store, she's like, you should sell to us. Like, you should grow vegetables. Oh. So I got my hands on this place by chance, and I started. And I didn't get greedy, but I started, and I started too soon. I started too soon. I was 26 when I started, and I just didn't know enough about vegetable farming. I wish I would have taken 5 or 6 years, work on other people's farms, from small to large, you know? I wish that I would have managed a huge cabbage farm in Oregon, you know, and, you know, spoke Spanish, and to learn that, like, side of it, because I think I could have learned a ton about farm food safety. I should probably only be in business 4 or 5 years, but it takes a while to build your logo, to build your brand, to build your customer base. So that's cool, but I also have a dying interest to grow cranberries. Dying interest. I don't know if that's ever going to happen in my life, but I really want to be a cranberry farmer. I know.
See, the apple market's pretty well taken care of near here.
The apple market, a lot of Macintosh. Not a lot of no spray, but a lot of Macintosh. Yeah. So, any other questions, guys, about the farm food safety? We're getting there. We're getting there. This one actually has floor drains that work, so that's an improvement. Yeah, we haven't yet got in. I tried to have, you know, small things like, you know, people that come in. I probably should have had all you guys sign into my farm. I don't know you. You might be from the IRS, although I like you. We're slowly getting there. I can tell you that the hammer's going to drop down for us next year. The farm is going to look, and it will feel different. It might not look different. It's going to feel different, though. I'm going to hire someone probably full-time to handle my farm food safety. I've decided that that is not a good quality of life choice for myself. And this is like my personal baby. We've replaced the head gasket on this thing, so we know the ins and outs of it. I hope that this machine lasts with us for a long time. It's got a belly-mounted cultivator. This is what we use to side dress our fertilizer. It doesn't work super good with potassium, which is a big time bummer, but it works great with 5,4,3 chili nitrate XYZ. This thing I put together this year. This guy you should be able to put pretty much anything on it. We go with all 2x2 square stock. In the past, it's kind of funny the progression of this place. I purchased this tractor. This tractor was here 2011. We didn't actually use it till the end of 2012. We did all the welding and fabrication of baskets. If you find yourself getting into this type of agriculture and you don't know where you're going to get baskets, my business partner is a really great welder. He fabricated this stuff. He's a very helpful guy, and he loves this stuff. So we put together all these toolbars, which is super cool. This one is way overkill, but we learned about it. So, you know, we've got a couple different options. These guys are awesome with the plastic, right? These rolling cultivators. This tractor is pretty light duty. It's a beast though. It keeps running. On here right now, we've got 4-row basket weeders. This is the high clearance tractor. So we could get over Brussels sprouts until about, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago, and that was over. So we were able to, you know, get the sides of the plastic, and then it was just kind of like tip your hat and see you later. I seed a lot with this tractor as well. We have two 80 horsepower John Deeres, which are not huge tractors. After the tractor accident, we made the decision to get the exact same machine that we had. So now we have 2 of the exact same machines, and we're probably going to do it if this girl doesn't make it. She's not on her way out, but we're hunting for another one of these. These are awesome. They're really, really hard to find.
So you do still have your other equipment?
Yeah, the bigger ones, we do all the field crop work. I love the seed with this one. The 3-point hitches on these older tractors are a little bit more fluid. I really like that. These things are a son of a gun to drive. Like if it looks cool to you, there's nothing cool about it. They're a pain in the ass. Your back's gonna hurt at the end of the day. Your neck's gonna hurt. These are toys and these are tools. So just like a stirrup hoe and a shovel and a broad fork, if you don't have to do this, I wouldn't. But I think it's fun. Cultivation is it's a speedy thing. It's like playing a video game, but like for real. And a lot's happening in front of you. I taught my business partner how to cultivate with the skills that I learned from a couple other farms. He then became very good at it, and I have terrible eyesight, and I have a really hard time wearing my distance glasses in the field. So I'm kind of the guy that teaches people how to do it, and I do a lot of the side dressing and sort of the more finicky stuff. Like, for instance, the Brussels sprouts that no one was like, dude, I'm gonna roll over all the sprouts, and that's kind of the cultivation I learned. When you don't think that you can do it, that's the time to do it. But I don't like to side dress if I don't have to. I really don't. This year I made it through. I'm done side dressing. I'm done giving anything nutrient. We made it through with 1 5-gallon bucket left from this metric ton tote. I'm pretty pleased with that. That was a $1,700 tote shipped. Last year we went through 2 totes. This year we went through 1. I feel like although it's been a little bit easier growing season, that's the scenario. Over here, more basket weeders. This is the cedar. If you want to check this out, these are just different toolbars, you guys, that can go on the belly mount. These are side knives. This cedar was literally, we just took. This used to be a push cedar, like you can get it. If you're ever gonna push seed with this, I wouldn't buy it because it's heavy. If you're going downhill, if you're always going downhill in life, this is the cedar. But this is pretty cool. It's pretty maneuverable side to side for one person hooking it up. It's not huge. This is a fertilizer hopper. The wheel spins the hopper so I can drop 5,4,3, chilling nitrate, whatever I want. And this is it. It's got these different seed rolls. If you guys haven't had one and you are a smaller farm, I'm a big fan of Yang. Their parts are very interchangeable. You can get a package of 10 of those for relatively reasonable from someplace in Korea in about 4 days. So I found that they're pretty responsive when parts break. Parts are easy to get. I like them because you can break their parts down very easily. You know, if I crack this, I can take this off and that kind of stuff. And I like stuff like that. This is the way that I figured. You guys saw the carrot spacing in the field. Let me show you how I figured that carrot spacing out. I know that this is the seed roll that I want to use. I know that the book tells me to use that one. But I know that particular carrot seed, which was not Bolero, I'm not going to tell you what it was. I'm done with Boleros. Bolero this, Bolero that. That right there, crank down, that's where that brush has got to be for that seeding to be good. You know how anything is just like the dishwasher detergent thing that doesn't pour right, but mom knows how to pour it right. That's just like that, right? You learn tricks in your trade, right? Let me show you how to get that printer to work. That's just like this. I like this. It's a little obtuse for the scale that it is, but it clicks in like this. When you've only slept 3 hours for the last 3 months a night, this is cool. You know, there's nothing digital about this. It's all right here. I've had to replace, crack some things. I ran over this with a tractor earlier this year. That was epic. We were able to bend the metal back and replace a couple wheels. I do dumb stuff like that all the time. One time I didn't put the, see what I mean? One time I didn't put these cotter pins in. I just hooked it up, but I had this top link. Can you imagine what happened there? I just rolled like this. I was just dragging the thing. Anyways, sleep deprivation is a serious thing. I love this cedar. If you're interested in this, you can come take pictures of this. All this stuff is super doable. I'm not going to promise anything for my business partner, but I do feel very fortunate because I'm the guy that uses stuff all day, every day. I'm the guy that breaks stuff. I'm the guy that's in the field. And you got to have a guy You got to have a guy that's in there being like, you know. So we have an interesting relationship, you know. It's kind of like a puppy dog that's like eating Hostess cupcakes, like I sort of broke the cedar, you know. That's the bed lifter over there. You guys see the spray painted red marks or whatever?
Yep.
I'm gonna make them green this year, which doesn't matter at all. That's the nice depth to lifted carrot. That depth changes, but for the most part, it's kind of an obtuse tractor driver thing. When you get to that depth and you're like, you see that wave of carrots, you know that you're breaking that taproot. It's a giant stirrup hoe. You see it? Like, that's all it is. And dude, isn't that cool? So Adam Hayner and I did this, and we actually put it on a table, and then we ratchet strap and come along. We like heated it with torches, and it was stupid. His dad came in and he was like, "This is a bad idea." And then one of them was a little like this. Anyways, we did the main frame, and then we noticed it was a dry year, and we noticed it wasn't like going down. I think we had 4 guys on the back of this thing, like cogging each other and holding it like that. And oh, sorry, I have stuff in someone's bag. And then the guy that was doing the mechanics here is like, we should just put some more weights on that. I was thinking maybe he'd throw a couple more things of metal on there, but he went all natural, threw some rocks on there. It's epic, very custom, very custom. He was a very talented guy. So that's the bed lifter. Yeah, there's a bit of corn and bean seeder back here. We got kind of implements ripping all around. Nothing here is really extraordinary or extra out of the ordinary. I feel like less is more. Like what I can do with this tractor is pretty, you know, I could operate this farm with just that tractor. That can have the baskets, that can have everything on it, that can side dress, that can sweep. I can seed with that. So I could operate this farm right now, with one 80 horsepower 4-wheel drive tractor and that thing. I don't want to, but I could. And last fall I had to, and that sucked. So I think that's good.